It has finally arrived, which means it is time for me to do what I do best. Album review, N9ne special effects. I've talked about N9ne in detail before on this channel, so I'm not gonna rehash all that again. But this is N9ne's 15th studio album. And aside from strange music artists Chris Calico, Big Scoob, and Cess Crew, yes, we brought Big Scoob back for this. He's also got, we got T.I.'s on the album, Hopsin, Corey Taylor of Slipknot, 2 Chainz, B.O.B. is back, Lil Wayne is back, E40 is back, Eminem, Yo Gotti, Ryan Bradley is back. Audio push, which is a very surprising feature, I'm not gonna lie. But as far as the album and not showing any bias toward what's come out before the album, basically like every majority of Tech's albums, it's split up, but this one is split up a little differently. Whereas his albums are normally split up into 3 different sections, this one is split up to represent the different days of the week. The album goes through a full week, and it starts from Sunday morning, ends on Sunday, and the song Roadkill being an encore song if you don't have the extra songs. But basically, the album is set to go through a full week, I guess a full week of like Tech's life now. And you can kind of, even if you don't know how the album is split up, you can kind of tell where the album is getting split up and put into a different day based on like how it's kind of shifting, like with how the sound's changing throughout the album. But it's kind of, even with that splitting, it's kind of like the same how it was split up on something else, with like the dark songs are first, and then we have a couple party songs, and then it's like the more deeper and emotional stuff on the last third of the album, if you can call it third. But basically the album kicks off like with what we got with the intro that we got at first, the Aw Yeah, and it's really well done how that song is done, because if you've heard the song, you know he ends it, asking God about his mom that just passed, and it leads into the next song titled Lacrimosa, which is Latin for weeping. And that whole song is basically him talking about his mother's passing, how it's affecting him, how, even though he still believes in God, it's not, her death's not sitting right with him, and he's kind of looking like, God, why would you take my mother like this? And from there it goes into the condolences skit, which would show you like how he really felt about that he put actual voicemails that he got left of people offering condolences about his mother's passing and such. And I'm trying to go through and see what's good in here. Like Shroud featuring Chris Calico, definitely one of my favorites. And it's basically, if you followed N9ne's KOD stuff, like King of Darkness music, it's kind of like that, with kind of like a leave off from where Boiling Point left off, where it was like the darkness was like oozing like all over his face and stuff. Now in the context of this song, it's all over him, like basically like a shroud of darkness. And to kind of go off the song, like there's an effect on his voice to where it sounds like dark, angry, and almost kind of demonic, which fits into the tone of the song and the kind of like piano laden beat and choir that's in the song, and it works very well. Speed 'em or Worldwide Choppers 2. I want to talk about it here because I didn't do an actual review of the song when it dropped due to all the hype that was around the song. And now that we're outside the hype of it actually dropping, I still think it's one of the best Chopper songs. No, it's not because of Eminem, but honestly, I think the star of that song was Chris Calico, which he honestly should have had a longer verse than he actually got because he blazed his part of the song. And Eminem actually did not disappoint on the song. I thought it was gonna come with some relapse Marshall Mathers LP2 BS, but he actually like to me went faster on that song than he did on Rap God, which to me is an accomplishment. See here. Um, Psycho 3 with Hobson once again is like as a closer to the series that it's a part of. It's definitely like a very awesome way to go out, and Hobson's verse is freaking killer, and I still laugh at the end of that song how it ended. Wither with Corey Taylor of Slipknot. Now, granted, I don't know Slipknot. I've heard of Slipknot, but I don't like listen to them like fluently. I wouldn't say I'm like a fan of them, but hearing his vocals on that song definitely makes me want to check out some Slipknot. So you guys, I don't know, you guys link me a good Slipknot album because I do want to kind of check them out now. um, and really, the whole album is just like the only song that I think I don't really care for. Um, well, actually, two I don't really care for. The bonus track Anti. I like it because it's like I've never heard Band of Psychos, so I like that I'm actually hearing them like do like the beat and stuff and the chorus, but I just don't, I can't get into the song like that. And Roadkill with Excision. Now, granted, I don't know Excision. I don't know what Excision does. But I guess it's like one of the instrumental kind of people, but it's just one of the songs that I don't hate it, but it's also like it's not on repeat for me like the rest of the album is. And like yeah, I don't talk about the skits because I mean to me the skits aren't really part of the album. They're just kind of there to help the album flow. But in my opinion, and this is coming from someone that still thinks like even with how good his albums have been now that like he still has never like topped like Ever Ready with how good his albums have been. This to me is on the level of Ever Ready, and it's even with all the mainstream people that he had come through for the album because like it's something about like N9ne that makes the people that he gets on the songs like do better than they would normally do. Like Lil Wayne on his own music sounds different than Lil Wayne on a N9ne song. Like it doesn't sound the same, and it actually feels like he's actually trying to rap, which I do appreciate. And definitely, it's definitely an album that I feel everyone needs to have in their collection, especially if you're a huge N9ne fan, because to me, this is one of his best projects that he's dropped post Ever Ready the Religion, and I completely mean that. But that's all I have to say on it. Peace.